See, most people have a car sitting in their driveway right now doing absolutely nothing for them. It's not making them any money. It's actually costing them money in payments, in insurance, gas, and maintenance. But what if I told you guys that there are 5 different ways that you could turn that car into a cash printing machine? And one of these ways is how I make anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000 a month. So let's get right into it. The first way is driving for Uber or Lyft or any of these ride-sharing apps, right? I'm going to walk you guys through how that works. Essentially, guys, the business model is you just drive people around, kind of like the taxi services from back in the days, the yellow cabs, right? But instead, you're the one doing it, right? And you're making money per ride every time you pick someone up and you drop them off. Typically, Uber drivers make anywhere from $15 to $20 an hour before expenses. I've seen some real hustlers out there doing Uber that make anywhere from $1,400 to $2,000 per week. Now, obviously, there are costs associated with this, right? It's going to be your car payments, your gas, your maintenance, the regular wear and tear on the car, and your insurance costs. Now, your real take home is going to be anywhere from, $10 to $12 an hour after everything. What's really good about this is, you have a flexible schedule, right? In a way, you're kind of like your own boss, so to speak, even though you're still underneath Uber and all of that. You can start immediately, right? There's no wait time or ramp up time or any of that stuff. You start immediately, you start getting trips. There's no money needed up front except having your vehicle, right? Now, the downsides to this business model is you're in your car working every single day. So you're trading your hours for dollars, okay? That's the biggest problem. At the end of the day, our time is our greatest resource. So you're trading time for money. Car also gets beat up. There's a lot of wear and tear you're putting on the car, a lot of miles. Now, who's this for? Say you're somebody who needs some quick cash and has the time to drive. I see also a lot of retirees, right? People that maybe have left the workforce and they just want to pick up something to make some extra income. Right? This is also something for you. And then I've seen some people that do this full time. This is their gig. They love driving and hey, they don't mind hitting the road and earning some money doing something they love anyways. And the second way is going to be starting a private car rental business. Quick overview, right? So what's the business model here? Essentially, you buy cars specifically for renting them out. We rent them out privately, meaning directly to customer, and you keep 100% of the money. This is no different from what the big boys do, like your Avises, your Hertz, and your Enterprises and all of that stuff, all right? Some of you might have been in airports or you've seen on TV or on Facebook, you've seen some ads for a company out there called Turo, all right? Essentially, Turo is an app where you list your car and they market your cars to different people all across the world, and those people get to rent your vehicle. If you're using Turo, if you own multiple cars, you put your cars on these platforms. Now, the thing is, Turo has invested the money in building this infrastructure out, and they also control it. So they own the customers, not you. When you're listing your car, doing it private, we own the platform instead. We keep 100% of the money instead of giving up to 40% to Turo. All right. So that's the difference between private and using an app like Turo. Okay. Now you might be wondering, well, how much money does it cost to start something like this? All right. So now, first off is the vehicle expense, and that's pretty much the biggest one. There's several ways to get into this business, several different niches. You could do the exotic cars, the luxury cars, or the economy cars. If you're just starting off and you don't have as much money or access to credit, I would suggest you go with the economy cars. All right. Cheap economy cars can cost you anywhere from $2,000 on the low end to $5,000 on the high end. And one car will make you anywhere from up to $1,200 to $1,600 per month in profit. Okay. And that's a good thing about doing the economy cars. Now, if you're doing the exotic cars or the luxury cars, obviously higher profit margins in there. Let's just say if you had a Lamborghini, one Lamborghini will make you up to $1,600 per day or $1,700 per day. All right. For a 24-hour rental. How do you get customers? I mean, there's several ways. I mean, I like to call it like you do like your organic marketing where you're going out there, you're talking to body shops, mechanic shops. You're just doing local marketing using Facebook, all of that stuff, Instagram, social media. That's how you could drum up a lot of customers for businesses like this. Now, as far as scaling and growth, you think about it this way, right? If each economy car is making up to $1,600 per month, 3 cars makes you $5,000 per month. 6 cars would make you $10,000 per month. 9 cars is going to make you about $15,000 per month. What's good about this business model? All right, you build equity quick. What do I mean by that? Because you're paying down these cars. Your renters essentially are paying down the cars for you, and in no time that car is paid off in just a couple of months. We're not talking years like when you finance a car and it's taking the 48 months or 60 months to pay off the car. And no, this is happening within a few months. So you're building up equity in the car. There is no ceiling. You could buy as many cars as you want to, right? As many as you can manage, and then the cars are working without you. So now you're not trading your time for money. Instead, these cars are out there like soldiers and earning you income. What are the downsides about it? So obviously you need some upfront money to go buy these vehicles or access to credit to go buy them, right? Then you're gonna have to manage the cars and the customers. All right. There's no business out there that's 100% passive. I know since COVID, we've been sold this dream online that you want passive businesses. That's what everyone, it's a buzzword out there. But unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, there's no such thing. All right. Even if you're trading stocks or doing Bitcoin, there's still some active participation every day, looking at the charts and all of that stuff. You're going to need to put in some work. So you have to manage the cars, you have to manage the customers, and it takes work to build. Some sweat equity is going to be needed to build anything that's going to be great for you. All right. Now, who's this for? This is going to be for someone who's ready to build a real business. You're at that point in your life where you're tired of working for someone, you're tired of trading your time for money. Maybe you're doing Uber, right? And you're tired of the long hours on the road, and maybe the effects it's having on your health, sitting down all day. Maybe you're a truck driver, right? And you're tired of spending time away from your family, spend long time on the road, once again, beating your body up, and then the high expenses of the trucking business. This would be for you. Or maybe you own a car dealership, a small size car dealership or whatever. You just flip cars or you love cars. You're a car enthusiast. I find that this business model really resonates with those types of people. They just know the ins and outs of cars. And so this kind of just clicks easier for them. And then just also, if you're just maybe someone that, you're just a 9 to 5er and you're looking for something, a business model that's reliable. It's been around since 1904. I didn't invent this, right? Hertz opened up his doors in 1904. So this is a tried and true business model. All right. So if you're looking to build a real business and not just a side hustle, then perhaps starting a private car rental business is definitely going to be for you. This is just a brief overview of how the private car rental business works, right? If you want the complete step-by-step system on how to buy your first car, how to go get your customers, how to risk vet your customers and check them out before you hand over your keys, and how to set everything up and grow a good private car rental business anywhere from up to $10,000 to $20,000, $30,000 per month, I've created a full free course that breaks everything down below. I want you guys to click the link in the description of this video right now to watch my complete guide on how to start your own private car rental business, guys. It's totally free. All right. Now let's get back into the video. So the third way is going to be doing DoorDash or food delivery service. And so essentially the model here is, guys, you just deliver food. All right. And you make money per delivery. All right. So you could make anywhere from $12 to $18 per hour before expenses doing this. Now, kind of like similar to Uber, there are costs associated with this. Obviously, your car payments, gas, maintenance, and insurance. Now, what's good about this model is, once again, you get to work when you want, right? It's easier than driving people around. You get to start immediately. Plus, it doesn't matter how old the vehicle is because you don't have passengers coming into your car. So you can afford to go buy a much cheaper car. If you have some beat up hoopty, as long as it's reliable and you can put some miles on it, it'll work and you can still go out there and go make your money. All right. Now, what are the downsides to this model? You're still trading hours for dollars. Okay. You're sitting up in your car all day long, putting that wear and tear on your back, sitting down all day, and driving for somebody else, building up somebody else's company. And it also will max out. There's a cap because at the end of the day, you only have so many hours in the day, right? And so many trips are being sent your way. So typically we see it caps anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 per month. And yet there's also the wear and tear on your car, right? So you're depreciating your vehicle. Now, who is this for? It's going to be for someone who wants flexible side income. You want flexible side income without having people get into your car because the car is not presentable enough. Honorable mention, which is kind of similar to the food delivery service, is going to be courier delivery service people, right? Who go out there and pick up packages and parcels and deliver them from point A to point B. So, right, it could be like medical collection. You're going and you're picking up maybe samples or you're picking up things from the lab, like LabCorp. They need people to pick up blood or different specimens and take them from the from one location to the other location. A lot of people do those businesses too. They use their cars. They sign up for contracts with all these companies and then they deliver packages from point A to point B. That's another type of business for honorable mention that you could also use your car. Now let's get into the fourth way, right? So this is also just casually listing your car on Turo. All right. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through how this works. Right. So obviously the model here is you just list your personal car, right? And people will rent it out when you're not using it. You list it on this app called Turo and people will rent it out in your area. And you get to make anywhere from an average of $300 to $800 per month and this is going to be after Turo's fees per car. All right. Now there are costs associated with this because Turo is investing a lot of money in marketing to get you this business, plus to keep their platform working and pay their expenses. So Turo Turo will take anywhere from 20% to 40%, all right, of every dime that you make. They're also going to charge you to need some extra insurance, commercial insurance, plus it's going to be wear and tear on your vehicle. Now, what's good about it? Number one, it's easy to get into it, right? So if you're fresh into the car rental business, this is going to be the easiest way to get into it, right? Maybe if you still got the jitters and you're not comfortable enough going straight to private, and Turo is a good way to get your feet wet, right? They have the infrastructure already. They're providing you with the marketing. You're building their business and not yours, right? So, and that's the biggest downside. All right. So once it's rented out, maybe someone rents it out for a week, 2 weeks, you're stuck without a car. And then also Turo controls the platform. You're like a sharecropper on their land. And so it's their pricing, it's their rules, right? You have to abide by all of that. People might trash your car, and then you're building Turo's business, not yours. That's the biggest problem with this model. So all your customer, the book of business belongs to them and not you. It's against their terms for you to go market to those people or steal those customers from their platform, right? That could get you kicked off of the platform. So you might be on Turo for several years. Maybe you built up this huge Turo business, and then one day they kick you off the platform and now you're stuck having to start from scratch. Okay, so now who is this for though? Right, this is going to be for someone maybe with a car and you just want extra money. All right, so we see a lot of those types of people on the Turo app, hobbyists, people that maybe they can't afford their car payments, maybe you're facing repossession, or you just need some side income. You work remotely, you don't really drive the car as much, you just want to do this casually, and this might be something for you. The fifth and final way that you can make money with your car is going to be car advertising or wrapping your vehicle. And so I'm going to kind of walk through how this works. I mean, essentially, the business model is companies out there like Carvatize and Rapify that will pay you to put ads on your car while you're driving it, right? They will wrap your car or just put different ads all over your vehicle. You see them sometimes. Maybe you're driving by and maybe you see this a VW Bug or something and it's completely wrapped in, or a smart car, one of those cute, small, tiny cars called a smart car. And it doesn't matter what kind of car it is. And they just wrap it up completely and it's advertising a business. And so that's definitely a business model out there. And a lot of people use that to make passive income. All right. So now how much do you actually make from this? All right. So typically you make anywhere from $100, maybe $500 on the high end per month if you find a legit company, kind of like Carvatize that I mentioned earlier or Rapify. And now what are the costs? I mean, pretty much the cost is just going to be the fact that your car now has all these ads all over it, right? And that's it. And the companies will typically pay for that for you. Now, what's good about it? So you just get paid just for driving like you normally do, essentially. So it's pretty easy. Then the downsides are, number one, there's not a lot of legitimate companies out there that you could use, so make sure you don't fall for any scams. Now, obviously, it's low. You're not getting paid a lot for wrapping your entire vehicle. I'm sure these companies are making a whole lot more on the back end, and you're just getting a small piece of the pie. That's another problem. Plus, also, how do you scale this? I mean, if you only have one car, you're capped. So that's all you can make, right? Whatever the Carvatize or Rapify is paying you is the most you can make from this venture, unless you just go buy multiple cars just to make a couple $100, which might not be worth it, right? Also, they might have strict driving requirements, right? They might need you to at least put certain number of miles in certain high exposure streets or highways out there, so these companies that are paying to advertise in your vehicle can get enough visibility. You just can't put a wrap in your car and park it in your garage and expect to get paid. Okay, so now who's this for? This is going to be for someone who drives a lot anyways and doesn't mind having ads on their vehicles. All right, so that's where, this would be an opportunity for you to, hey, it might just help you make your car payment. So this could be an opportunity for you. All these ways you can make money with your car, guys, are amazing. They're great, right? If you just need a few extra $100 a month or some side income while you work your 9 to 5 job, the other ways work just fine. But if you're trying to actually get rich, right, and build real wealth, all right, there's only one option out of all the 5 that I've mentioned here, right? And that's starting a private car rental business, all right? And this is how I make upwards of $50,000 to $100,000 per month. And this is how over 1,700 of my students are making anywhere from $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. I have a mentee with over 100 cars making over $100,000 a month, all right? And this is the only way that you're going to turn cars into a real business that builds you wealth, all right, is by starting a private car rental business. So if you're serious about making real money with cars, right, I want you guys to click the link in the description and watch my full free course on how to start a private car rental business, and it walks you through everything that you need to know. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you on the inside.